again. My last two attempts at the live stream had phone calls coming, yada, yada, yada. Neither here nor there. We are here now, and I have a really good topic for you. We are today going to talk about fear of failure when it comes to losing weight. And I've talked to a lot of people recently who are so in their head, who are so defeated, who are so like mentally stuck and almost traumatized by their past failures, traumatized by their yo-yo experiences, and are almost at the point right now where they don't even know if they can do what they say they're going to do. Does that make sense? Have any of you guys ever been in a headspace where you just like are so sick and tired of you get so sick and tired of letting yourself down. You get so sick and tired of starting something and then stopping something and then starting something and then stopping something. And you've lost all credibility with yourself. And deep down, you know you're capable of living healthy. You see people do it all the time, right? You see people who have a fit, healthy aesthetic, who are balanced and, you know, good with the mental health and on the up and are energized and all of that good stuff. But when it comes to you, you doubt your ability to succeed. And if I'm speaking to you, I want you to comment me. Comment me if you feel like, you know what, you're afraid you're gonna screw up. You're afraid that if you attempt something, that you're gonna screw it up. You're afraid that if you try again, that you're not gonna see it through. You're afraid if you try that it's gonna be too hard, or you're afraid that you're gonna miss out on life. You're afraid you're gonna miss out on fun stuff. And let's keep it real. Like, those are real concerns because you know you need to take steps to improve your health. You know it. You know you need to. You know that you're on borrowed time. You know you're procrastinating. But at the same time, you know that a part of you just doesn't want to do it. You just know you don't want to do it. So here's what I have to say to that. Here's what I have to say to individuals watching this right now who are afraid of failure. They're afraid that they're going to fail. And you have to remember that that is a form of self-sabotage. That is a form of self-sabotage, and it's an excuse to get yourself out of actually trying. And a lot of you guys don't want to hear that fear of failure is an excuse, but the reality is, if you tell yourself, well, you know what, I'm going to screw up anyway, or you know what, this isn't going to work out for me anyway, or you know what, if I try this and da 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 da, like you're letting yourself off the hook when you make those excuses. And guys, give me a moment. I'm going to turn the chat off for a moment just because the troll situation is really high at the moment, and I just want to get my point across. I'm going to share two quick announcements and then I'm going to get back to the topic. I'm hosting a free step challenge inside the private Facebook group for Team Gauge Girl. You can go to gaugegirltraining.com to sign up. Their link is also in my Instagram stories. So please make sure that you sign up. It's a free step challenge. It goes from Wednesday to Sunday, 10K steps a day, every day. If you complete it, you will receive a $10 gift card to gaugegirltraining.com. So that's number one. Number two is Fall Challenge enrollment is open. The Fall Challenge starts on October 16th. It goes through to the Monday of Thanksgiving week. It is a 6-week challenge. So please make sure you sign up for that. Now back to what I'm saying about fear of failure. I think that it's really easy to harbor resentment towards yourself for your past failures. Who here has carried shame and disappointment and disgust and just overall sadness, overall inner sadness, because you have let yourself down? And when you look in the mirror, when you look at the way your clothes fit, when you step on the scale, you are reminded that you screwed up. you're reminded that you let yourself go. And you could be kicking yourself and be angry with yourself and be upset and mad that you let yourself go. But the reality is you cannot change the past. You cannot change the past. Being upset about it does nothing. Being frantic about it does nothing. Crying about it does nothing. Bitching and moaning and screaming about it does nothing. And giving up does nothing too. Giving up does nothing as well. And what I'm trying to tell you guys is that when you're afraid that you're going to screw up, you're giving your past too much power over you. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but you need to leave the past in the past. You need to leave the past in the past. You need to give yourself permission. It's like you're carrying all this heavy baggage. Picture yourself in your mind's eye having like these two big like wheelie suitcases and a backpack and a purse and a tote and a bag and a box, and you're just carrying around all this shit with you everywhere you go. And the longer and longer and longer and longer and longer you carry all this heavy weight with you, and all this pain and all this resentment and all this trauma and all of these bad, negative, toxic feelings, the longer you carry that with you, the harder it's going to get for you to dig out of it and get to your next step. Does that make sense, my friends? If you are enjoying this topic, my friends, I'm going to ask you guys to tap on the 3 dots on the bottom and give the live stream a thumbs up. I'm going to turn the chat back on, but if it gets trolly, guys, if the trolls come out, I will turn the messages back off. So I do want to interact with you. So here's the thing, my friends. Okay, chat is back on. Please comment where you are from. I would love to know where you're from and how you found me. I would love to know how you found Gauge Girl Training. The reason why I am doing this live stream today is because I want to speak to somebody specifically who has given up on themselves. I want to speak to somebody specifically who is carrying around a lot of emotional baggage. And as a result of you carrying around all that emotional baggage of all of your past failures, of all of the reasons why things didn't work out in the past, I'm here to remind you that you can break through. You can break through. And you need to start today by filling your mind with positivity. I want you guys to stop telling yourself that you can't. I want you guys to start telling yourself, actually, I can. You know what? I am not defined by my mistakes. You are defined by a spirit of never giving up. Because no matter how many times you failed, no matter how many setbacks you have, guess what, guys? The human body is resilient. You can bounce back. And how many of you guys watching this right now know, you know in your bones, you know in your gut, you know in every single cell of your body, you know that you are capable of bouncing back from whatever you're going through? How many of you guys know that you're capable of it? How many of you guys know that you are capable of bouncing back? Because you have to have that faith and that trust in yourself. Because guess what? Faith is being certain of what you hope for and sure of what you don't see. I'm going to repeat that one more time. This is faith. Faith is being certain of what you hope for and sure of what you do not see. And some of you guys need to step your faith game up. You need to bring your faith back into this mix, because if you don't start with this, a seed of faith, a seed the size of a mustard seed, guys, that seed of faith can not only grow and flourish, that seed of faith may one day produce a tree. That tree may produce fruit. That fruit may produce an orchard that will produce shade and fruit for many other people. So the thing is, my friends, when you stop believing in yourself, you don't know what a seed of faith can do in your life and how many lives can be impacted by it, guys. I'm a perfect example of that. When I first started on my health journey, I am a chemical engineer. I used to work for DuPont. I used to work in labs and plants, and I never worked with people one-on-one in this setting. And as a result of that, my friends, if I didn't have the faith that, you know what, I can transform my body, you know what, I can figure out a better way to eat that is going to support fat loss, that is going to support gaining lean muscle mass, that is going to support overcoming all of the challenges that I have faced. And the thing I want you guys to realize, if you ever see somebody online that has a fit and healthy physique, I need you guys to understand that the reason why you are not at that same level, if that is something you aspire to, is due to lack of knowledge. It's due to lack of knowledge. There's no reason why you can't do these same things. There is no reason why you can't do these same things. And how many of you guys have been trying to do this on your own, and you get easily frustrated, and you get easily defeated, and you get very upset and angry that it's not working, but at the same time, you're trying to do it all on your own? How many of you guys, if your car is jacked up or if something's wrong, you just would try to fix it yourself? You don't try to fix your car yourself. I mean, some of you are if you're mechanically inclined, but what do most of us do? We take our car to the mechanic, correct? If there's something wrong with your body composition and your body fat levels, and you're trying to do it yourself, and you're trying to do it yourself, and you're trying to do it yourself, and you're not working, where do you go? You should work with a nutritionist, because you're probably doing something wrong. And I'm here to tell you that I need you to imagine that there is a way of life for you that doesn't look like what you know in the past. Meaning, I need you to imagine a new normal where you eat food you love, you feel energized, you don't have brain fog, you don't have fatigue, you don't have pain, but instead you are disciplined, you are focused, you are organized, your foods are nutritious, it feels good, and the weight's coming off. Because guess what? That's possible. That is possible. But the reason why you're so afraid to make mistakes is because you're not asking for help. And there's too many of you guys watching this right now who are trying to DIY this, but yet you will spend so much money on bullshit. You'll spend all this money going to the movies and getting popcorn and going to the bars and getting drinks and buying things and going on trips, and that's great. And I want you guys to have a full and fulfilling life and going to concerts and going to shows and doing all those things. And guys, I get that. Live your life. But at the same time, stop neglecting your health. Stop neglecting your health. You guys, too many of you guys treat health like it's optional. Health is not optional, guys. Health is everything until you don't have it. And how many of you guys know that you are a ticking effing time bomb? You know you're pre-diabetic. You know you have PCOS. You know you have fibroids. You know that you have a thyroid issue. You know that diabetes runs in your family. You know that you're overweight. You know that your waist is above 35 inches as a female and over 40 inches as a male. You know that you're tired. You know that you're lethargic. You know that you're on meds. You know that your cholesterol is elevated. You know that you huff and puff when you try to go up a flight of steps. Guys, that's not a joke. That's not cute. And just because a lot of people are in that boat does not mean it's normal. The human body was not meant to live in such a compromised state. It wasn't. And I'm saying this because I want to wake you guys up. It's time to wake up. It is time to stop acting like that's normal. It is time to, and guys, I'm not saying to be mad at yourself. I'm not saying to hate yourself. I'm saying you need to wake up and you need to realize that these are real challenges, that these are real problems, that they are not going to fix themselves. And you need to stop acting like it's an option. You need to stop acting like it's okay for you to continue to eat bullshit. It's not okay. You need to take better care of yourself. And if your loved ones aren't going to tell you, I'm going to tell you, because guess what? Some of you guys need some tough love. Some of you guys need to be told about yourself. And I am not saying this to be a know-it-all. I am not saying this to be mean. I am saying this because I love you guys. I'm saying this because some of you guys cannot afford to neglect yourself for the rest of this year. You guys, you cannot afford to neglect yourself any longer. And if you continue on the path that you're on, it is going to lead you to a crisis with your health. It is going to lead you to a crisis with your health. And I don't want you guys to get to the point where you're in crisis mode, where you need to replace certain organs, where you are diabetic, where your legs need to be amputated. You guys, I literally just had a client whose father needed to have both of his legs amputated due to type 2 diabetes. And my client is freaking out. No, thank you. My client is freaking out because diabetes runs in her family and she doesn't want that to be her case. Moni here says, I woke up when it comes to eating healthy. However, working out is a drag for you. And you know what, Moni? I'll be honest with you. I don't always like exercising either. It's not my favorite thing on the planet. But what I will tell you is that motion impacts emotion. Instead of looking at working out as a tool to lose weight, I would encourage you to change your mindset on workouts and look at working out as a tool to help you cope with your mental health. Does that make sense? When you reframe exercise, when I look at exercise as, oh my gosh, I'm going to work out, it's going to take my stress levels down. Or you know what, I'm going to exercise and my state of overwhelm is not going to be as high. Or when I exercise, I know that I'm going to be able to cope with what I'm dealing with better. I look at exercise as therapy. And it's so crazy because all through my 20s and early 30s, I always looked at working out as burning calories, losing weight, losing fat. Am I skinny yet? Am I thin yet? Is my stomach, I don't do that anymore, my friends. I look at exercise as therapy. And I challenge you guys to really reframe exercise from that perspective, because I don't like working out, but I do like not being stressed AF all the time. I do like not being anxious all the time. What and how do I start? I need help. So Magdalena, here's what I would encourage you to do. Go to my website, gagegirltraining.com, book a complimentary discovery call. You have to fill out the health coaching application and I will talk to you. We can do a Zoom call. We can do a Zoom call as early as tomorrow. A complimentary free Zoom call. And this goes for everybody watching. If you're watching this and you're like, Christine, I want your help. Do I do a challenge? Do I need a meal plan? Do I do the hormone reset? Do I do coaching? What should I do? Let's talk. Let's talk about it. And I mean that sincerely, you guys. That call is not a call to make you buy something. The call is for me to just meet you where you are and help you figure out what step is the best next step for you. So guys, the fact that I have the bandwidth and availability to do this for you guys for free is a miracle of God, number one. And with that being said, my friends, I encourage you to get dialed in on that. You are overweight and your knees and your back are painful. I'm doing that. My friends, I'm sorry. I do need to sign off of this call at the moment. However, go to my website, book the complimentary discovery call, or you guys can message me on Instagram for the link. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for joining. And I mean it, guys. Book the complimentary discovery call so we can figure out what would make the most sense for you. Peace out. Talk later.